unapologetic, unadulterated, and uncompromising. Greetings, brothers and sisters from around the world, and welcome back to the home, the haven, the stronghold, and the super fortress of intelligent black thought. This is the Black Channel.net radio program, and I am, of course, your host, your brother, your humble servant, the Black Authority. Doing what I've always done, bringing comfort to the afflicted and affliction to the comfortable. And boy, are they upset about it. We're gonna just jump right into it here tonight. I might take telephone calls later. It really just depends on how wacky I think the phone lines are going to be. But in case I do, the telephone number is 646-787-1933. That is 646-787-1933. Your personal access code to the Black Radio program in existence, the only one of its kind on planet Earth today. You're of course welcome to join us. If you were not here last night, amazingly enough, the biggest thing that happened was after the broadcast was over, I announced to everyone that I was not going to do any editing or anything on it. Sometimes what I will do is if I hear sound issues or something like that, or if it needs to be pieced together, if there's two parts to a program, I put it all on one so it can be uploaded. That wouldn't be something you all would be able to see. I'd be the only one who could see if it came out in two parts or something like that. Last night's program did technically overrun time, but I only uploaded the full part that was together so that it would be up as fast as possible. So I kind of had to end the broadcast abruptly last night. It wasn't 12 hours that program was on YouTube before YouTube did something that I've never seen before. Obviously, they got the ability to do it, but I hadn't seen anything like this, and most of you had not seen anything like this. YouTube took the video and put a warning page up for the video. Not just one of those warning labels with the yellow letters. It put up an entire block page that said that this material has been reported by the YouTube community that it is not appropriate for all viewers. That's what they were saying. And as it stood, everyone started talking about it, which is quite all right. And I saw it when it happened. And I said, boy, that didn't take very long. Now, here's the problem. The problem is you don't reach out and touch somebody who's not having an effect. You ignore them. You pretend they don't exist. My broadcast last night, I went step by step through an FBI assessment of black people. If you saw it on foreignpolicy.com, I actually got a hold of the actual PDF, thank you to Jason Reed, and I read it line for line and explained that this FBI memo threat assessment, it was basically talking about any black person who does not subscribe to white supremacy. That's all it was talking about. It said it tried to introduce a new term. I suppose it's supposed to be the flip side of white supremacy. They wanted so badly to be able to say black supremacists, but they can't say that because There is no black supremacist movement. There never has been. There's been an equality movement, but not a supremacy one. So they can't say that. And furthermore, they don't want to say that one. What they want to say is black identity. That any person who does not identify as nothing more than an American, and since white people are the dominant society, that means that you identify as white. As if there are no differences, distinctions, or discriminations being made against you for being black. Any black person who doesn't simply accept the status quo, this assessment said that you are a threat. If you identify as anything other than a submissive, subservient black person, you're a threat. It said that any violence that police have committed against black people is, quote, alleged, perceived, supposed. It's all your opinion. It's all in your head. But it's not really there. That's just your opinion. That Eric Garner was choked to death. It was just your opinion that Michael Slager gunned down Walter Scott and shot him in the back. Those are just your opinions. But those aren't really facts. That's just what you think. And I took you down the list where I showed you that they disqualified the idea of a black lone wolf altogether. They outright said that we entertain the idea that when black people attack police officers, that this is idiosyncratic. Idiosyncratic simply means unique, individual, particular. That this is just one individual doing something on their own. Because every time a white man commits a mass slaughter or a mass shooting, it is called a lone wolf, a one-off, a renegade, a fluke. This Stephen Paddock guy who gunned down 500 people in Vegas, killing 60 or 58, depending on which number you get. They're already saying that, what law enforcement is already saying that we believe that he suffered from deep, undiagnosed mental illness. So, Micah Johnson and Gavin Long, you can be a veteran of the military with PTSD. Nobody brings up the word mental illness even once. Nobody brings up mental problems even once. But for this guy, they're already floating mental illness. But for a black person, mental illness simply doesn't exist. Mental illness is a diagnosis for white males only. But not for you. And the FBI's assessment recognized that. That these were not intimidating. They was a lone wolf. Dylan Roof made a manifesto, but they said he was a lone wolf. Well, they claim Micah Johnson left a manifesto, but they wouldn't say he was a lone wolf. He's part of an ideological structure. Oh. And this is why we need to do monitoring of the rest of the people who share his ideology. You never heard them speak that way about Dylan Roof? He's a lone wolf. No need to keep looking. So now, the FBI, as you all know, YouTube and Google and Facebook, the FBI basically has offices in the headquarters of Facebook and Google and the rest of these online social media sites. The FBI basically has branch offices inside their headquarters, basically. And whatever goes on their sites, the FBI says, you can post this, you cannot. If you'll all remember the case of Corin Gaines. Now, in case you all think that there's stuff, people post all kinds of crazy things on Facebook and, oh, there's nobody you can talk to, there's no telephone number, certainly not one that you could find locally. Do you remember the case of Corin Gaines? Corin Gaines was streaming live on Facebook Live. The standoff with the police, she wanted everyone to see what was happening. And the local police department there, was at Baltimore, they got a hold of Facebook immediately. Got a hold of her immediately. And they got a hold of Facebook immediately and got them to turn off her Facebook live stream. Didn't have to file a report, didn't have to wait 24 hours. They were able to immediately pick up a phone, make a call, and get her stream taken down. But they'll tell all of us that they need weeks to figure out if Trey Boone Martin is appropriate to take down or not. They need weeks and months to figure that out. But your local police department, when they're getting ready to kill a black person, your local police department, they got a way to get a hold of Facebook. Now, isn't that interesting? So for black folk, they can make a phone call and get you shut down, not weeks later, but right this second. Don't believe me? For those of you who remember it, you remember they did that. She was streaming live on Facebook. Next thing we know, they cut her stream off, and right after that, they went in and started shooting the place up. Shot her child. If this is not Nazi Germany, what the hell is? Oh yeah, and who was president? By the way, who was president at that time? By the way. So now the FBI and Facebook gotten together and decided to gang up on little old me for reasons all their own. No explanation. They just said that my video wasn't appropriate. My video didn't have any pornography. It didn't threaten anybody. Certainly didn't threaten law enforcement. It did not refer to any racial language. And if you're gonna say that saying nigga is inappropriate, you better take down all of Beyonce and Nicki Minaj and all those record companies that you're working with Vivo. You gotta go take all their stuff down. You gotta go take it all down. If saying nigga is a problem, you gotta go take all their stuff down too. You're not gonna pick and choose and say these folk over here, but not you. If you're gonna say that that's the problem, you need to go take them all down. So I didn't use any profane language. What was the basis for slamming this video? And like, I had one person, they said they're in Germany, they can't see the video at all. They're not able to get it to play at all. This is the game they're playing. Now, many of you are able to get it to play, but the fact that it makes you go through this qualification process to see it, and it warns you, this may not be appropriate. I really only have 2 words to say to Facebook, the FBI, the law enforcement apparatus. I really only have 2 words to say to you in response to what you did to my video last night. I'm honored. I feel privileged. I feel honored and I feel privileged that you are acknowledging me as a threat. Not because I got a gun, not because I got a knife, not because I got a bomb, but because I brought the truth. And you are recognizing now that, yeah, this is it. Right here. You all have never witnessed them do this to anybody before. You never witnessed them do it. They only do this when they see, okay, you're a threat. Gotta do something about this. Gotta do something. Now, I brought this broadcast tonight because I wanted to say a couple of things. First of all, I wanted to explain about what they mean. And then second, I want to tell you, now that they've done what they did, now I'm going to give you my response. Because you guys did what you did to my video, now I'm going to tell you what my response to what you did is going to be. And that's what tonight's program is for. First of all, for those of you who are too young to understand, I was talking to one of my friends today and they asked, what was the point of this? What did they think they were going to do with this assessment? And this is why it is important for us to pass down the history so that you understand this is not new. If you all remember, his name was Eric Blair. That's not the name you all know him by, for those of you who bother to read. His name was George Orwell. His pen name was George Orwell. And he wrote two books that have become iconic, Animal Farm and 1984. 1984 is probably the one he'll be best known for. And the reason for it is because it was actually a fictional analysis and an allegory of what the Soviet Union would become. It was written back in the 50s. And it was an analysis of what he saw the Soviet Union coming out of the Second World War was going to become. And while it was a very spot-on analysis, there was one literary mechanism that Orwell used that has transcended the books themselves. It's called newspeak. That this authoritarian, tyrannical government used something called newspeak. And basically it means that everything is the opposite of what they say. The Ministry of Truth told nothing but lies. The Ministry of Health got people sick. The Ministry of Peace was the one that went around waging war. Death was life. Truth was lies. And that is where we're at today. The FBI has become the Ministry of Truth. And what they tell us is that when police kill unarmed citizens, that's not terrorism, that's protection. And if a citizen defends himself against white supremacists pretending to be police officers, that's not protection, that's terrorism. So do you see how that works now? Terrorism is protection. Protection is terrorism. If you want to be free, you're seen as unwise. If you say that you are not free, they're telling you to submit. And if you submit, then they tell you you're free. So freedom is submission. And submission is freedom. Starting to get the hang of this yet? Starting to see how that works? To serve and protect has been authorized to gun down citizens unarmed. The cases are piling up now. They're here to serve and protect. Protection is terrorism. Terrorism is protection. Submission is freedom. Freedom is submission. You saw what the police did. You saw the truth and see that the police lie about it. The police say that the truth you saw is just your opinion, it's just alleged. So whenever you speak the truth, they say that's alleged. And the police will say something that absolutely did not happen and say this is the truth. Starting to make the connections, lies are the truth. Truth are lies. Submission is freedom. Freedom is submission. Terrorism is protection. But protection is terrorism. Brothers and sisters, you're not on your way to Nazi Germany. You're not on your way to 1984. We're here. Here we are. We're right in the middle of it. Right here. This is it. This is what it looks like. You got cell phones, you got tennis shoes, and you have, quote, freedom. You don't have freedom. You have, quote, freedom. And then they hand you a book, a very short book that lists all of the, quote, freedoms that you have. All 20 or 25 of them. And you can do these 20 or 25 things, but you can't do anything that's not on the list. You can only do what's on the list of freedoms. And if you try to go outside of that list, then you are trying to hold society hostage. You're an extremist, you're a terrorist. You wanna have the freedom to hold society hostage. You wanna have the freedom to limit society. So they tell you that limitation is freedom. But freedom? No, that's a limitation. Submission is freedom. But freedom, that's submission. Protection, that's terrorism. And your idea of terrorism, no, that's the protection. Here we are. The Nazis walking down the street, hating their fellow citizens, those are the very fine people. And the people who resist the Nazis walking down the street, threatening other citizens, you are the sons of bees. You are the sons of dogs. So, the haters are very fine people. And the very fine people are the haters. Did you get that? Swirling and round it goes. We could be here for a while doing this. We could be here for a while. You have to understand, this is the repetition that Joseph Goebbels was referring to. That right now, in the first generation of saying this bilge, it sounds irrational, it sounds crazy. But if they keep doing this for 2 years, 5 years, eventually it'll start catching on. Now, it may never catch on, but they'll never get it to catch on if they don't start. So they're making their play. They're making their play. We're gonna start. We're gonna start. We're gonna make our play. See if we can get this to work. Now, that's what they had to the folks who are making it very clear that you hear us and you know what's going on and you are going to tell the world You're in charge. Oh yes, I know they're trying to mess with the signal tonight, but that's not gonna help them. It's not gonna help them at all. See, you're playing the old game. That's the old one. We're playing the new game. You're the ones playing the old one. We're playing the new one. Messing with people's signals, that's not gonna do it. That's not gonna do it. That's not gonna do it. That's not gonna help you. Because you gotta understand, see, this is a place that filters out the individuals looking to be entertained. And we've spent years going through this process of this crucible. We spent years doing it. And at this point right now, all you've got are soldiers. That's all. So, let me go ahead and be very clear in explaining exactly what the situation is. Let me be very clear in explaining it. So that everyone understands and so that everyone knows. Because they took their shot at us and they let us know that they're out there, and they let us know that they didn't like what they heard last night, and they may not be able to stop it directly, but they're definitely going to make sure that they don't make it easy. Okay. You did that. You let us know you're out there. Now we're gonna let you know that we're out here. Because you see, I was on the fence. I'm not in the entertainment business. I was on the fence. I was unsure. I wasn't certain what I was gonna do. And I had a number of things that I wanted to do with 2018. And being behind a camera was not one of them. But it is now. You see, before you did what you did last night, I was looking at other things. I was not the least bit interested in taking yet another year and a half out of my life to do something. But you know what? You have gone from being an annoyance to being at the top of my list of priorities. Everything else gets put on the back burner. Brothers and sisters from around the world, Black Channel Films is getting ready to ride again. I had said that if I had the time to do another film, if I had it, I would. And it would be about the American atrocity of race war being waged against black people, but I didn't have the time, I don't have the time, I don't have the ability, I do not have the time to do it. But after last night, I'm gonna make the time. After what you did last night, I wasn't gonna do this before, but you know what? You just became a priority. And I wasn't gonna do this. I had just thrown it out there simply because it was on my mind. You all know I did it months and months ago. I just threw it out there because it was just something on my mind. And I was like, you know, I see all this stuff happening, and I don't really want to get involved because people don't understand it takes over a year to get a project like this going because mine are different. I travel from one place to another. I go everywhere. I do what CNN. CNN has hundreds of millions of dollars, and I do with only a small percentage of their budget. I do what they do for hundreds of millions of dollars. And it takes me far longer to get it done. So I'm in a situation where I'm competing with mega corporations because I take you to the places. At 7 a.m., we took you to Mother Bethel Church. didn't just talk about it. In Gentrified, we took you everywhere. We took you to where they killed Eric Garner. We took you to where the subway goes to Yankee Stadium. We took you everywhere. We didn't talk about it. We didn't pull up video from somebody else. We went and got it ourselves. The travel expenses and everything else. And this is a lot of damn work that goes into it. And to be totally honest with you, and I didn't say this after Gentrified because there were also some issues in post-production and distribution. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm retired from this. I'm retired from this. It takes a long time, and I need something that can go quicker. So, yeah, I got to retire from this. And then Trump got elected, and he was just so open. He was just so belligerent. He was just so blatant. And in the face of human decency, he has been so defiant. And when I saw Charlottesville, yeah, Charlottesville was a wake-up call to everyone. When a sitting president of the United States, I'm sitting here watching on CNN, and I'm watching as he comes walking out to the podium at his Trump Plaza. I'm sitting there and I'm watching him as he declares to the world that among the Nazis walking down the street with their swastikas and their Eurocentric flags and their Confederate flags saying, "You will not replace us, blood and soil," that he saw very fine people among them. That was when I knew, this is it. We're here. This is Nazi Germany. This is it. This is the Kristallnacht. This is it right here. Where you have a sitting president of the United States who is attempting the incredible, the improbable, but no longer the impossible. He is attempting to openly legitimize white supremacy in the American consciousness, that this is just simply an alternative viewpoint. And when I saw that, I said, man, I don't have the time, I don't have the ability, but this is the race war. This is it right here. This is it. And I don't have the time, and I don't have the ability, and I don't have the capability of doing this right now. I've got other things I'm doing. I cannot stop what I'm doing to do this. But I want to. And that was why I just quickly went into Blender and Photoshop and very quickly put together something. I said, I don't have the time to do this, but if I did, it would look something like this. 'Cause I don't have the ability, I don't have the time, I'm retired from this. And then they kept doing it, and kept doing it, and kept going. And then they started attacking Kaepernick, and then they started attacking the black men in the NFL, and they kept going, and they kept going. And now this FBI memo, this is the announcement of COINTELPRO of the 21st century. And simply the fact that I called it out. You didn't go after foreign policy, you didn't go after the root, you didn't go after Ebony, you went after me. And you know why? Because none of these other outlets explained it, dissected it, and broke it down like we did. That's why you went after us. You went after us because we did what no one else had done. And I said last night that last night was the most important broadcast I had ever done. And within 12 hours of me posting it, they proved every word I said about it, how crucial it was, and how hazardous it was for me to do that broadcast. They exposed it and showed it within 12 hours of me posting it. So if anybody thought I was being hyperbolic, if anybody thought I was being exaggerating, then you saw it happen in real time last night. That if you thought, he just talking, ain't nobody listening to him, you found out in 12 hours, yeah, they are. And that was not just a warning shot across my bow. That was a warning shot across all your bows to let all of you know we know who he is, we know what he's saying, and we're watching all of you. Yeah, this is the message they don't want you to hear. So I want to make the official announcement tonight. I've never done this before. I did not do this with 7 a.m. You all found out I was doing 7 a.m. after I put up the trailers. I didn't tell anybody I was doing 7 a.m. You just got up one morning and found out, hey, Jason did a film. I didn't say that I was doing Gentrified while I was doing it. But now you realize, well, those pictures I posted from Nashville, Tennessee, you realize now, oh, he was working on the thing. Yeah, I was. Tonight I'm doing something I've never done before. I'm actually telling you from the beginning. No surprises, no sneaks, no slipping around, pussyfooting, none of that. This is a full frontal assault. I'm letting everyone know. Pack your gear, sharpen your blades, raise your shields. We're going on the march. Brothers and sisters, I am officially announcing that everything else I was working on is being put on hold, and I am officially in pre-production for what will be our newest and biggest effort ever. And the name is Race War. Because that is exactly where we are. So I am officially making the announcement tonight. Race War is no longer a picture I posted online. It's no longer a meme. I am officially going forward. Now, let me tell you what this is gonna do. And let me tell you what this is gonna be. I don't see a way that I do this unless I'm on television in Dallas. Because there was a police officer in Dallas who had white supremacist iconography on him, and people attempted to hold him up as a hero. We need to know more about this person and the others. And unlike everybody else out here who is content to just be on the internet, no, I want to be on television in Dallas. And my TV commercials are going to ask a very simple question. What more do we know about this person and the others around him? Because I've got questions. I've got questions about Breitbart. I've got questions about CNN. I've got questions about a number of different things and a number of different people that we have not gotten satisfactory answers to, and still don't, and still waiting, and nobody else is asking. Roland Martin's eggplant head looking self is sitting up there at TV1. Let's just be honest about it. This guy is goof off in chief. He's not an investigative reporter. He's not a journalist. He can barely read the damn teleprompter. He wants to work for Blavity or BET. He wants to work in entertainment because he is not qualified to report the news. And that's why he doesn't do it. He reports gossip. He doesn't report the news. Right now, the only news apparatus Black society has is the Black Channel, and that's it. So if we don't do it, it don't get done. So there are people I want to talk to. There are people that I specifically want to speak with. And I will be in the process, at least I'm going to be in the process of attempting to set those up. I cannot say who those people are because, unfortunately, in the environment that we have coons, buffoons, white supremacists, and everything else that if I tip my hand and I start saying that these are the people I want to talk to, if I tip my hand a little bit, they're going to sit up and say, okay, let's put the pressure on them and tell them, you better not talk to this guy, he's a troublemaker. So, no, you won't get any lists of people from me. You won't get that. You will not get any people listed that I'm sitting up here saying, I want to talk to this person, talk to that person. I'm not going to do that. But I am letting you know that I plan on going higher than we've ever been. And I'm planning on going farther than we've ever gone. And I cannot imagine doing this unless we do it on that level. I simply can't imagine. And there are a number of people out there I want to talk with. Now, what I want to do, I am sending this out officially, that if you personally know someone that you think would be nationally well known, not somebody that you read in the book or whatever, but somebody who's got national name recognition, who is recognized at this, if you personally know them and can personally contact them, you can reach me at my email address, theblackauthority@yahoo.com. You can reach me there. If you know them personally, and don't contact me to say, hey, I'll get a hold of them, I'll be in touch. Don't give me no be in touch. Give me, I've already spoken to them, they're ready to talk to you. If you cannot give me, I've already spoken to them, and they're ready to talk to you, don't contact me. But don't ask me, hey, TBA, would you talk to this person or would you talk to that person? Do not do that. Because I'm going to wind up having to clown some people if they do. Only contact me if it is a person who is well known and that you have already made contact and they're ready to go. And if you want to suggest that person to me like that, those are the suggestions I'll take. Those are the submissions I'll take. Everything else, don't bother, don't contact them. But if you know them, if it's a academic or somebody like that, or an activist, somebody like that, let us know. And we can see about arranging to speak with them. If you know somebody in entertainment, athlete, whatever, if you know them and you can get a hold of them, you can do that. And go ahead and speak to us. Now, those are the suggestions I will take. Everything else, put that aside. But I'm going to be taking this bigger than we have before because I'm here to prove a point. And I want to make a point. And the point is, if nobody else is going to do it, then we will. It's just that important, and the situation is just that critical. If nobody else is going to do it, we will. And they've had their opportunity. They've had their chances. They very easily could have jumped up before now. If TV1 was ever going to produce anything for us, they would have done this a long time ago. They would have done this a long time ago. If BET was going to do it, I guess some of the Redstone's wife or whoever it is running the place now, since he's not doing anything. If BET was going to do this, we would have seen this decades ago. I'm just telling you all right now. I understand what we're doing, and I hope that you understand what we're doing. I hope that you understand exactly what we're getting into. This is no little thing, and this is not minor. It's not little, and it's not minor. And after last night, they've made it very clear where they stand on it. I'm not going to stay up here too long tonight broadcasting. I'm just not. So, if that's what you're waiting for, you'll be waiting a long time. I'm not going to stay up too long broadcasting tonight. But if you want to call in, I recommend you give us a call now. The telephone number is 646-787-1933. That is 646-787-1933. Your personal access code to the blackest radio program in existence. The enemy of the state. The target of the FBI and the NSA, the CIA, and whatever other alphabet soup you want to put together. And now they've just gone ahead and made it official, and you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't have it any other way. I want it just like this. I want it just like this. I want the white supremacists to be open. You see, I looked at Charlottesville and I was like, this is good. Let them walk in the streets with their flags and their banners and their shields and their guns. No more sneaking around, no more camouflage, no more code words. Let's just get pure, uncut, unfiltered, unmixed, raw white supremacy in the raw, in its native environment. Let's just get it straight. No additives. All preservatives. No additives, no preservatives. Yeah, those would be extras too. Just come on out with it. And what they did to my video, I would prefer it to be just like that. Come straight up the middle. And just say what you really believe. You remind us too much of Malcolm. You remind us too much of Dr. John Henry Clark. You remind us too much of Joseph Ben Yakinan. We figured that this was just an academic, intellectual, masturbatory exercise for you. We didn't think you were taking this to heart like that. But now that we know that you do, we are taking concrete steps. Because we slaughtered untold millions over the last 500 years to get where we are, and we'll be damned if we're gonna give it up now. So yeah, we're here to get everybody. We're here to get everyone. Absolutely. Gonna go ahead and go to the phone lines here now. Let me get caller from 859. You're on live with the Black Channel.